point because I'm recording on my computer.
Yeah.
This is exciting radio, D.
Absolutely.
Late-breaking developments on Rated X Radio.
DGX's microphone is deciding to be stupid. Yeah.
Anyway, so what did you think about the mixed tag match?
I really didn't have too much feelings about it at all. I kind of zoned out. Thought it was a little bit funny when Maurice gave, Santino his own Cobra. That was some good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Santino's funny. That's the good thing about Santino is that he'll never be like a top guy or even pushed, but, he's good at what he does.
Uh-huh.
And there's a place for, to me, there's a place for a guy like that, like a comedy guy. People like
that. Sure. Yeah, definitely. It was good, and then, Tamina comes in and does a super kick, and then, Maurice just lies there for like 6 billion years while she gets set to do her stinger splash.
Yeah, they kind of made Maurice look sort of like a jobber, because she took 2 moves in the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
She got super kicked, and she got splashed.
Yep.
I mean, maybe that's what it takes to pin Maurice. I'm just saying, all them people trying to bag Maurice, just take a super kick and a snooker splash. That's it. Anyway, I guess, let's see, backstage. Oh yeah, the thing where the guy gave Cena some flowers and he gave them to some chick. He was happy.
Yep. And he gets his own segment because Cena's back, and after a big feud blow-off match, which is supposed to make, a guy look strong in a losing effort, Cena certainly doesn't look at all worse for wear after the match. Totally fine.
Oh yeah, that's what killed me about that is you got Morrison in there, and he's the only guy who actually seems to have any fucking idea how to work. And when I say that, it's not just going in there and having a good match, it's like, you have to convince people to be able, you have to make people able to suspend your disbelief in order for wrestling to work. So he's going in there and he just had this crazy ladder match where all he did during the match was, he sold his knee and everything. That was the story, is he hooked his knee up early and, Sheamus was beating it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out there and he's having this match and he's selling the knee, which makes the pay-per-view seem significant because it's like, damn, his knee got so fucked up that he's hurt tonight. But then everyone else who was in these crazy gimmick matches, they're all fine,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it seems totally fine to, just come on out and be fine and everything, verbally buries the Nexus.
And burglars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they call them now, yeah.
For what it was, Cena's good at comedy. I'll give him that. He's like a funny guy. But kind of like the wrong, thing. I don't know, man. It just seems like, I've come to expect it because, this is how they do. They don't let people get heat in WWE. Or they don't let anything really have any heat. So, Cena's going to go out there and do goofy comedy. At least he's okay at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Then, Vicky and Dolph came out. They were really fucking hated in this building. It was like Vicky, that was so they came out and they tried to cut a promo, and every time Vicky would talk, the crowd would just boo them mercilessly.
Mhm.
Which was pretty crazy. You don't see that too often. So, then eventually it was set up where Vicky's demanding an apology from Lawler. They start making fat jokes. Some of them were actually pretty fucking funny. I'll be honest, they said, Vicky Guerrero so fat that her baby pictures were taken from satellite.
Via satellite, yeah.
Satellite, yeah. So, it was alright. And then that set up the anonymous GM making John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler. And what did you think so far about all that?
I thought the segment was funny, Yeah, it was what it was.
Yeah. And match itself wasn't bad. Pretty by the numbers.
Uh-huh.
And then the finish, I'll be honest, man, the finish killed me. I understand that Dolph is like a heel and John Cena's the top baby face and they want to keep him strong. I understand all that. But, Dolph Ziggler is the Intercontinental Champion, right? So, not only does he get beat clean with an STF, basically, when Vicky distracts the ref, So he's sitting there tapping out. The ref's distracted. Cena gets off of him. He doesn't even break the hold himself. And then he tries, he takes off the turnbuckle pad. The ref gets distracted again. He grabs the belt. And then Cena fucking ducks the belt and hits him with an FU. Like, if you're gonna have Cena go over, just have him fucking go over. What they did, seriously, it's worse what they did than if they had just had Cena beat Dolph Ziggler. I can believe that John Cena would beat Dolph Ziggler. John Cena's a multiple-time world, heavyweight champion. He's beaten Batista and all these guys, right? Dolph Ziggler is not at that level. He's an Intercontinental Champion. The Intercontinental Champion is not at the level of the World Champion. If John Cena beats Dolph Ziggler clean, cool. But, how much of a fucking schmuck did Dolph Ziggler come off as when not only did he get beat clean, but even when he's cheating, and he has this whole convoluted scenario worked out that should beat John Cena, he still gets outsmarted and pinned. Did you hate this as much as I did? Maybe I'm the only one who,
No, dude, I did hate it as much as you did, but the fact is I'm resigned to accepting it. Because, it's never going to change with that.
I know it's never going to change, but it should change. I have a dream, DJX. I have a dream that we could watch good wrestling on television again.
Yeah, that dream isn't coming true anytime soon, Alex. That's why I've downloaded, wrestling from a bygone era.
Black helicopters.
From a bygone era where it was good.
Yes. Anyway, after the match, this is what kills me. Again, it's the heel thing, right? If you're gonna have Punk attack John Cena, why not just have him lay out John Cena? Is it gonna destroy John Cena? Will John Cena get laid out by CM Punk and every fucking fan who pays to see his matches and buy his t-shirts are like, I can't believe he got laid out by CM Punk. I will no longer support John Cena. Of course not. Of course not. Because CM Punk would hit him from, with a chair in the back when he's not looking after he just had a match. The night after he had the big chair match with, Wade Barrett, he's going to come off like a fucking schmuck, and it's going to possibly, maybe draw some actual fucking money. But see, no, he's going to come out and hit him like a little girl, and then run away, and then Cena stands up 5 seconds later, like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of like, I'm looking forward to CM Punk having a feud with Cena, because I think he'll get some good matches out of him. But, I don't know, man. Maybe I just expect angles and storylines and heat and good wrestling and things to make sense and to seem important. Maybe
You expect too much, Alex.
I think I'm right. I think you're right, rather. I think I do expect too much.
Yep.
Backstage, Sheamus walked up to Lawler, said there's only room for one king. Lawler's like, I've been called the king since 74. Sheamus said, the king is dead, long live the king. That was pretty cool. Elsewhere, so I guess that was the end of that segment.
Yeah.
Whatever, I guess it's something. I would kind of like, but see again, this is the expecting too much. But you remember when Sheamus first kind of debuted on Raw, and he was beating the shit out of, I think he was beating up Jamie Noble, and Jerry Lawler's like, hey man, and then he just beats the shit out of Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Don't you think maybe that would be something that these guys would probably remember, and maybe it would be something, a good thing to keep kind of rolling? It's like in WWE, when the storyline's over, it's over. That history is no longer relevant. It's just filed away. Again, expecting too much, but Jerry Lawler came in 93 and jumped Bret Hart after he won the King of the Ring. In June of 93 is when that feud began. They had essentially their first big blow-off match in June of 1995. And for years later, as I remember in January of 97, the Royal Rumble of 97, Bret Hart is in the ring, and then Jerry Lawler at the commentary table is in the Rumble. So we were in and we're like, oh my God, Bret Hart and Jerry Lawler, and then Bret Hart just throws Lawler out in 5 seconds. Angles that would have long-term, effects. And Jerry Lawler's a good enough performer to where, you know, he can make that.